I think it's fair to say that across Australia and across the globe at the moment, unless you're already knocked out, World Cup fever is at a high with knockout rounds. You get an extra stage. We had penalty shootouts today. It's all exciting.
I know all our Italian listeners are probably loving every single game of the World Cup. It's their favourite thing
And
to watch.
we've had witch doctors involved again.
There's a guy at my work who was wearing an Italy jersey that he bought from Costco, and on the back it had the World Cup 26 logo.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like they're not even there.
I saw the witch doctor that cursed Harry Kane, then after blessed him or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, I actually quite like him, and so
I didn't curse him to die or anything. I just made it so he wouldn't play well.
Yeah, now he's gonna be fine, and he scores the next game. So
I was thinking, I kept getting not all the time, but edits of Margaret Thatcher, edits of the Falkland Islands. Just imagining she sees a gun, witch doctor's like, okay, we're going in.
Oh no.
So with this FIFA World Cup fever that's going on, it inspired me to choose a sport that also has its World Cup around this same time of year. So I thought,
badminton.
Is there one happening now?
not current. There's the ICC T20 Women's World Cup happening at the moment. But
Australia's in the semis tonight. By the time you listen, we'll be in the final, hopefully.
this isn't an annual World Cup. It happens every few years. But it will be happening this time next year. And it happened this time last year. This is a sport that was introduced to the world in 1997.
As in, they never played the sport.
It was introduced in 1997 in the UK. And this sport has featured in at least 5 movies, several books, and over 30 standalone video games.
Ooh, what? Video...
This is a trivia question. Play the Jeopardy music. Do, do, do.
What is this sport?
And I will give you a hint with a prop that I brought in if you care to close your eyes for a moment.
Okay. Listener, you close your eyes too. Not if you're driving.
Cover your screen.
Okay, you can open.
Oh.
We're talking
Quidditch.
about Quidditch.
Makes sense.
Hello and welcome to Wild World Sport, the podcast where 3 friends sit down, crack a couple of beers, and go on a journey to try and find the wildest story from the world of sport. My name is James Wybrow.
I'm James's brother Ben, no relation.
And I'm Colin Sheaves.
The chosen, the boy who lived.
You
the
always
boy who
look
told
at me
the
like I'm
story.
going to do something
okay,
funny.
steal
but
my thunder.
I'm not meant to
Jeez.
do something funny until later. Stick to the script.
Yes, okay. For those, Ben, if you didn't hear the prop cut right before we jumped into the intro, Ben is wearing Harry Potter glasses. And if you don't know what Harry Potter glasses are,
What
Really?
generation were you
Yeah.
born?
yeah, surely.
Do you not have
surely.
at
Do you
least
know who Harry
kids?
Potter is? Probably not.
I mean, I get people don't like it, and that's fine, but it's like,
You're
I
aware
don't
of
like
it.
Star Wars. You know what Darth Vader looks like.
Yeah.
You know
pretty-
what a lightsaber
It's pretty
is.
mainstream.
Yeah. Just like this podcast is mainstream. You can find it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, all of that great stuff. And while you're there, 5 stars when you're listening, a nice positive review, and then head in to our favorite sponsor,
I was going to say, do you know what glasses help to do?
help you see.
All the beers on the menu at To All My Friends.
They also have a second use of holding the beer.
Yes, glasses.
To All My Friends.
Now,
Genius.
good thinking. Harry?
The glasses, they have an effect of increasing your intelligence.
Yeah.
And an extra special shout out to All My Friends for passing the sponsor test last week. Where I said that they were our least favorite sponsor because they were our only sponsor, and they got in contact and went, "Hey, what do you mean we're your least favorite sponsor?"
Do you know what I'll say? This is a bold move. I'm gonna say, Shane, you're my favorite business owner. I know some business owners. At least as many as I can count on my hands.
That's
So
a big
that's
call.
pretty good.
Big
That's more
call.
than one.
So you know what we say, as many as you can count on your hands? What if you could only count to 6? Just you'd still say it's the amount I
He doesn't
can
need to
count
know
on
how
my
many fingers I
hands.
have.
Yeah. What I do need to know is how many Quidditch World Cups there's been.
Well, that's a great question, but I think that's getting a little bit ahead of our story. So I would dare to say that people are more familiar with the rules of Quidditch than they would be for curling, for example.
Curling has rules?
So a quick breakdown of what Quidditch is. So Quidditch, if you have been living under a rock since 1997, is a fictional sport made by J.K. Rowling in her series Harry Potter. So this is a sport played on magical broomsticks that can fly around. And this is a sport that is an oval field with 3 large hoops at each end of the field and 7 players for each team. They consist of 3 chasers whose job is to handle the quaffle, which is a big red ball, and their job is to throw it through those rings for 10 points each.
I've already got a question.
Yes, go for it, Colin.
And I'm assuming, because it's been introduced obviously in 1996 because that's when she wrote about it. But canonically in Harry Potter, when was Quidditch?
It's like 1457, I think.
Really?
Quidditch was invented.
Yeah, canonically in the
In the story, but we're talking about the
story.
real world here, Colin.
Of course, sorry.
Saying it's not the real world.
So there's also a keeper whose job is to defend the rings from the chasers and the quaffle.
The quaffle sounds like a term for when you're having a friendly argument amongst friends. Like you might be yelling a little bit, but there's no harm done. It's not anything
It's
major.
like a waffle, but it's turned into a quaffle.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a quaffle here.
Yeah.
There are 2 beaters who have clubs that beat magical heat-seeking bowling ball, or more like a bocce ball, I guess, in size, and they use these mallets to hit this ball at the other players.
I love the implication that people that don't know Quidditch will know what bocce is.
Okay, lawn bowls.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of sized ball. European handball sized. And they are enchanted to then target the players and to target everyone fairly. So they use these clubs to hit the ball to disrupt the rest of play. There is also the Seeker. The Seeker's job is to catch a tiny golf ball-sized ball with wings called a snitch that flies around, and catching that awards your team 150 points.
Now, as well, this game is played on broomsticks that
Yes.
fly in the air. So how do they do that in real life?
Well,
'Cause
that's a
we
great.
haven't invented
that's
that.
that's a great question, James.
No, they invented it in 1996. Clearly.
So, just some more fun facts about Quidditch before we get to the real-world adaptation of Quidditch. So, did you know? I'll let you guess how many rules there are in the game of Quidditch.
At least 10.
700 and something.
That's actually very close. 700 rules on the dot in
Okay.
Quidditch.
Well, that is 700 and something. I do have some very obscure.
Actually, it's not 700 and something. So yeah,
And
I'm just going to
I think
cut
just
that
gotta go
and
hard
something when
R
I
there.
edit this, and I'll just say 700.
I think the 1457, 1452 number actually comes from the game where all 700 fouls were done in the same game. I think I saw something like that in Quidditch Through the Ages, or one of those like supplementary books. There is actually a field of play. So in the movies, you see the Quidditch stadium. You cannot extend outside of the stadium bounds.
So all the times Harry goes
You can go up, but you can't go out of the stadium. So when they're going underneath in the second one, through, that's all allowed, and you can wrap around, but you can't leave the greater field of play.
I don't know if I'm like Mandela affecting this, but he definitely goes outside of the stadium at one
Are
or
you
two
thinking of
stages.
the fourth movie? Or
Well, I
where
know with the
dragon?
dragons he goes out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm Mandela affecting this to Quidditch, but like surely at one stage he actually what about Prisoner of Azkaban? It's like
No, he just goes up.
But
'cause
remember,
then
he falls onto the field.
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Although it was pretty windy, he could have got blown all the way over.
Yeah, okay, all right. Just making sure Harry's following the rules. How does the Golden Snitch know to stay in?
It's magic. Come on, Colin. It's enchanted.
Yeah, I suppose.
And it's got like a flesh sense as well that it like binds to the first person who touches it. That's an important part of the books and movies if you haven't seen them.
So it binds to Harry's stomach when he swallows it.
Well, when he puts it in his mouth, that's one snitch, then he's like bonded to him, and it's a plot point.
Right.
You'll probably get to it as well, but another big question. It's stupid that catching the snitch is 150 points. Do we nerf that in like our Quidditch game, or is it still like,
Is there
what's the
snitching?
point of
We're
playing?
just trying to like, I know you know the rules of Quidditch, but let's not spoil it here. We're going to get to the adaptation.
Okay, all right.
So, Quidditch is magic, and we don't have the same magic in our world today.
Come on.
The same.
Dare to
We have-
believe.
Yeah, we need some witch doctors.
Yeah.
So, in 2005, students at Middlebury College in Vermont brought Quidditch from the books and movies to the ground. they created the real life version which they called Quidditch.
Well, inspirational.
It started as a like campus game just on the college as like a social group club. You have the Pokemon card club, you have the debate club, you have the cinephile club. This was the Quidditch club.
Nerds.
And it grew to an international sport played by over 25 countries by 2022, when the governing body rebranded from Quidditch to Quadball. This is a name referencing the 4 balls in play in this adapted sport, and was also done because Warner Brothers had the rights and said, we don't like that you're using Quidditch. So they had to change.
Absolute dogs.
Yeah, come
Change
on.
the names.
It's just giving you such good publicity.
Yeah.
Okay. So the similarities. They keep to the spirit of the game of its 7 players per side. You have the hoops. You have the quaffle similar, which is a slightly deflated volleyball. You have the bludgers and the beaters in the forms of 3 dodgeballs that they can throw at the players.
Now, sorry, I know you're explaining rules and it's very important, but you say slightly deflated volleyball. Is this story going to be some sort of Deflategate situation like with Tom Brady in the NFL where they were deflating the volleyball like not enough or too much?
This story is actually going to be focusing on Quadball as a whole, but the moment we're focusing on is the 2016 Quidditch World Cup.
Okay. So there's no Deflategate in Quidditch.
There's no
that we know
Deflategate.
of. Okay.
And you also have to ride a broom. So it initially started with brooms, and then it went, well, splinters are an issue. Okay, this is a problem. Let's go to PVC pipe or fiberglass.
I was just thinking, I think I know what the scandal is.
Yeah.
I reckon Quirrell is,
doing his thing.
yeah, and Snape's trying to stop it, but I'm just onto something here. I don't want to give spoilers. I don't want to give it away.
I think in every single Quidditch game in Harry Potter, there's some sort of
Some-
scandal.
some
There is some
scandal
wild sports
School
story
sports,
in there.
man.
So then we have the ball that wins you the game with 150 points. And that is the Golden Snitch, or in Quadball, the flag. So have you seen the 2012 movie, The Internship?
Oh, I was going to reference it a bit later if the opportunity came. Yeah, the smash hit Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
where they work at Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a
It's
scene
not
where
that
they
good.
play
It's not that
Quadball, and the snitch is a man wearing a yellow morph suit with a yellow painted stocking with a tennis ball in the back running around, and they have to catch the tennis ball off this just guy running around the crowd.
And the tennis ball is dangling between his legs.
It's not
Crudely.
quite like that in the real game. It is a referee or neutral official who wears a yellow shirt, yellow shorts, and does have a tennis ball sticking out the back of their pants. And the seeker's job is to then retrieve that ball. Instead of being worth 150 points,
What happens if you grab the wrong ball?
Ooh.
Penalty?
Well, if they're the referee as well.
Yeah.
well, there are penalties involved. It is 30 points, and it doesn't automatically end the game. Okay, so
That one seems like it's fundamentally changing the
Bit
whole
of
thing.
snitch torsion.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, Carl, that's-
You've been snatched. Is that what they call it when you grab the wrong ball?
Oh, gosh.
So the adaptations. Obviously, we can't fly, so we run on the ground. And instead of a massive AFL-sized oval, it is played on a 60-metre by 33-metre wide pitch.
And that's standard.
That
like,
is the standard quad ball.
yeah, not like
Oddly
cricket or
specific.
football where it's got to be between this and this, but go for your life. So you get these giant pitches, these smaller ones.
Good old well, hello.
Hell yeah.
So players are required. So it's split into 2 halves, and then it's 60 metres cut into 30, and then in the middle section of 20 metres is the neutral zone, and then there's some dotted lines that designate the keeper's area, which is the back 20 metres of the field. The 3 rings are held 10 metres from the edge of each field of play, so you can run behind them. Kind of like in ice hockey where you can go behind the goals. You think in NRL or rugby union, the try line is past the goals. In that sense, you can go behind them. Quad ball is a full contact sport.
Full contact.
Full contact.
Like how MMA is full contact? Or
Isn't like rugby league, you can tackle, palm,
Yeah.
block, do that.
no head highs though? Or,
Yeah, so it's above the knee
Yep.
and below the head, and it's a 1-arm wrapping tackle because you have to hold onto your stick.
So a bit closer to AFL.
Yes,
Yeah,
more
okay.
similarly to it. similar to AFL.
One hand on my stick, one
Yeah.
hand on the ref.
Yeah.
So you hold your stick between your legs. If at any point your stick is not between your legs, you are considered off broom. You are then required to, if you're holding a ball of any type, to drop it, take the stick out, and run back to your own defensive rings, touch the middle one, and then you can come back into play. You can be
Right.
forced off broom by either being hit with one of the dodgeballs or the bludgers, being tackled to the ground, or committing a penalty that requires you to then do something.
Okay, now you say full contact. Is that
Yes.
like other sports where you can only tackle someone with a ball?
Yes. So you can only tackle the a player.
Not like ice
with,
hockey where it's just boom. I'm a beater. I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah, like in NFL too, can't they do that?
Yeah, pretty much. Not
Like
it's
you've
not
got the guys like bodyguarding him sometimes.
Yeah.
So the NFL has a rule about blindsiding and also vulnerable receivers. So if you can't block someone in the back that they can't see because that's dangerous. It's the same in quadball. You're only allowed to tackle someone who can see you or would be able to in their peripheral vision. So you can only tackle from the side or in front. And there's also a vulnerable receivers rule as well. So if you hospital pass someone, the tackler gets in trouble. You can't just be waiting and as soon as they touch the ball, just launch someone into the ground.
right. And the seekers, is there a rule against doggy guarding the snitch ref? Because they don't come out immediately, I'm
No,
guessing.
so it actually starts as a 6-on-6 game for 15 or 20 minutes, depending on the tournament or the local scene before the snitch enters play.
Right.
So, quadball is also a gender mixed sport in its entirety. There's no girls' teams, no boys' teams. It's a mixed team where you're required to have 50% or as close as possible people of male, female, boy, girl.
Is that what it's? I don't know if I'm Mandela affecting again, but like in Harry Potter, like they do mix it, don't they?
Yeah, they're all mixed, except one of the years Slytherin is
It's-
only boys.
I think it's the first one, isn't it?
No, I think, they make a big deal out of it later or something. Maybe maybe lose it, but I think they definitely have an all boys team later because they just pick the biggest, beefiest guys to just like bully everyone else.
Classic Slytherin.
Oh, when Snape's refereeing.
Yeah,
When which one's that? Doesn't really matter. So the goalkeeper as well, behind in their dotted lines, can't be hit by the bludger and can't be tackled when they have the ball. You are not allowed to guard the hoops by sticking your hands through them, but you can score on either side of the hoops. When a team scores, you then reset, and the team that conceded then gets the ball starting at their hoops, and then they can take the ball forward.
I'm, splitting hairs here, but
Yeah.
like, you can't stick your hand through the hoop to guard it,
Mhm.
and you can score from either side, but you can stick your hand in front of it.
Yes.
And does the ball have to go all the way through? So you could just stick your hand behind it and knock it out.
Yes.
That's a.
But these hoops are 1.8 meters, 2.4, and 3.4
Right.
meters at their highest points. So it can be pretty hard to then block. So the chasers and the keepers are the only person allowed to hold the quaffle, or in the rebranded, the quad ball, which is the deflated volleyball, and only the beaters are allowed to hold the dodgeballs. If you get hit anywhere on your broom or body, you are now off broom, have to remove your broom, and run back to the point. Squads are teams of 21 players,
damn,
and substitutions can be made at any time.
damn.
But you're required to have, before the Seekers are in play, 3 boys, 3 girls on the team at all times. And if not, it's a 1-minute penalty where you're down a player.
Right, okay.
I know
Sounds fair.
you got to save the Harry Potter franchise, bring some stuff back to it. They could make like a FIFA style Quidditch game,
Well, they have.
like actual like dedicated Quidditch game. Like you
Yeah,
could play
there's
Quidditch. with
it's
some of
like
the
Quidditch
games, can't you?
Championship
Yeah.
game that
Oh,
came
must
out
have been awful
recently.
then.
It's like
Yeah, it wasn't. I
you start
played it,
playing at
never heard of it.
Hogwarts, and then you make it to like the leagues, then you like end your career, you go to like it's like the story mode.
Yeah,
of-
I'm a bit. Maybe I'm not the best person because in video games, no matter what game it is, when I fly, I'm awful at it. Like, doesn't matter if it's like a plane or a helicopter or a person. Like Spyro flying, terrible. GTA flying a plane, awful.
Yeah, I don't know how
Quidditch
I
flying,
don't know how you'd like
abysmal.
control it. I feel like you'd be like stuck on one plane, but then you'd be able to like shift planes somehow. So like you're kind of all going along the same plane, playing it like FIFA. Like you're all on just an X and Y plane, but then
yeah, when you
Z
add
is now
yeah,
there.
it makes it pretty complicated. So FIFA World Cup. How do we get there? Well,
Not by playing like Italy.
oh, sorry, I said FIFA, didn't I? The Quidditch World Cup. How do we get there?
Does Italy have a team? not like Italy.
Italy does have a team, but
By
they
playing, like,
weren't in the
Bulgaria.
inaugural Quidditch World Cup.
Classic. Of course they weren't. It's is it tied to their football team?
No, it is not.
Ah.
So you need to be a member organization of the IQA, the International Quidditch Association, now the International Quadball Association. So you need to be part of their official governing body, and they also are in charge of the teams in those nations.
So everyone gets to play if you're part of the IQC.
IQA.
IQA.
So it was initially only registered teams in a country, only their players were eligible to go for the World Championships.
There's no qualifiers.
No qualifiers, it was just show up, because we only had 5 teams show up to the inaugural event in 2012.
I mean,
cool.
think about it. Like even like
No, I'm not saying there should be qualifiers.
Well,
Well,
but-
I'm just wondering.
well, yeah. I'm just saying that there wouldn't be a lot of interest in the first one, especially this would be self-funded.
Yeah,
like even the
Not surprised.
Australian ice hockey team.
I'm
that's
clarifying.
mostly
I'm clarifying for
self-funded.
the listeners out there.
So
I
who
know.
do you think was in this inaugural 2012 Quidditch World Cup?
Well, the USA because they had Vermont.
USA?
England.
I'm imagining Canada as well.
Yes, Canada was
Wait,
there.
is it England or UK?
Yeah. Can we split hairs and
Yep,
say England,
the
United
UK.
Kingdom? Yeah.
Okay, UK.
Um,
What was the second one you said? Canada. Yeah. Okay. So Canada, US, surely France, right?
Yep, France was there, and the
Yeah.
last team to appear at the inaugural World Cup.
is it Australia? I want it to be
Oh,
Australia, but I don't think it is.
It's gonna be out of left field. I feel Germany.
Botswana.
No, it is Australia.
It is
What?
Australia.
was the
Yeah.
fifth team.
What's our quadball team called?
Our quadball team is called the Drop Bears
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
like
fantastic.
that.
for the
I
mythical
like it.
creature.
Yeah,
So,
mythical.
When I was looking at teams,
International listeners, don't listen to him. Drop
Yeah.
bears are real. You gotta
You
be
gotta
careful.
be really careful.
When you're coming in and visiting Tampa, you gotta be real careful.
when I was looking up teams, there's across Australia, there's like 30 organised teams. Only 9 of them are affiliated with our national program, but now you don't have to be a part of the national program's teams to then be able to go if
so
you
that
get
you can
selected.
make a local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the local, we have 2 in the ACT, the ANU Owls
Mm-hmm.
and the ACT Gang
Gang.
for the Gang cockatoo on the
Yeah.
crest.
I know,
but-
because that's one of the names of the classes.
There
Yeah.
was
Cool.
the Latrobe Trolls. There was the New South Wales University Snapes on a Plane.
That was an early day one, sure.
Yeah, that was pretty good. There's the Manticores,
It's like playing futsal and like everyone's just got their stupid team.
Yeah.
the Melbourne Unicorns. There's some interesting like
Harry
names.
and the Potters.
I remember like that futsal final we played, like under 18s or whatever, and it was we were missing burnt toast.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Ballarat.
But we were Ballarat 7, yeah. Oh.
with 9 of us.
So in this inaugural 5-team World Cup, they played a round robin stage where every team played the other teams. The US won all 4 games. Canada won 3. England won 2 and Australia won 1 of our games, with France not winning any.
Thank God it
Sacre
wasn't
So
us.
the top 4 made it to the
hang on,
semi-finals.
Was the France team called Beaubaton?
I don't know what the French team was
Okay.
called. It was just labelled as French team. I only
Okay.
know the Australian team was called the Drop Bears because
Yeah.
it was a thing. So we then make the semi-finals, and
That's a bit of a cop out at making the
Well, there's only
semis.
5
There's 5
teams.
teams. You just have to not be last.
you've flown across the world to then
Yeah.
compete. Do you really want to play 4 games and go home?
Yeah. No.
Well,
I'm
less
just
if you're
saying,
Turkey.
like, it's cool. It's cool.
So they then won. No, did they? No, sorry. They lost their semi-final and then won the consolation game against the UK to finish 3rd in the inaugural Quidditch World Cup.
Hey,
Australia's
I like
first
it.
medal.
Let's claim it. I'm claiming it.
Hey,
So the second World Cup was in 2014, and Australia did a little bit better.
A little bit better than 3rd. That means grand final.
We came 2nd. We lost to the US of A.
it would have been a lot better than third if it.
So the US now in the first 2 World Cups had won, and interestingly enough, they hadn't lost a game at all. The clean sweep,
They're cheating. They're
Nerds.
bewitching. They're doing something.
14-0 in 14 international games.
Snape's cursing them or
Yeah.
someone's counter cursing him, and I don't know.
So that takes us to the 2016 FIFA World Cup. FIFA World Cup. The 2016 Quidditch World Cup, as it was known at the time, of the sport of Quadball. This was played in Frankfurt, Germany.
So
So the
Germany's got a
Germans are in
team
now.
Germany has a team by this point.
How many teams are in at this stage?
21.
21.
That's
Alright.
a
And
big
are they
jump.
qualifiers or are they...
They are, you sign up and you can come and play.
Right.
And they were split into 3 groups of 7, with the top 5 in each group qualifying automatically.
It's even worse than the World Cup now.
And then the best of the last 6 teams then got through based on record. So those teams that then went through in their
So
groups,
there's 2 teams that get eliminated, is it?
5 teams.
5.
Oh, okay.
All the 3 bottom teams, and then 2 of the second last.
Oh,
teams.
right. Two teams. From,
And then they seeded based on your point differential, your wins and losses,
It's more confusing than the new Champions League setup.
and if you caught the snitch or not, or the flag.
What? So there's not goal difference; it's snitch difference.
Well, so
Your
instead of
snitch of
hand to ball rather than...
Yeah.
so Australia in this finished as
hands on, hands off.
Yeah.
Wrong ball. And
At least it's not head to ball or head
Oh.
to head.
It's like apple bobbing. You got to do it with your teeth. Ah.
Oh.
yeah. So we placed 5th seed overall. So with the 5th
Okay.
seed in the 2016 World Cup, which meant that we were playing Germany. So I should talk about the difference in the snitch or the flag rule compared to mythical magical Quidditch. So in Quidditch, to recap, it's 150 points and automatically ends the game once the snitch is caught. So games can last days, weeks, or years. Until the snitch is caught, the game doesn't finish.
Awful.
Yeah, that's in.
What game has lasted
intense.
years? I'm sure that you're going to be like, in canon, this happened. But
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no
There
freaking way.
there is some that it's like, oh, they had to bring
No
in like,
way.
subs so people could sleep and stuff.
Yeah, there was was mentioned at one point.
There was a
in
World
one
Cup
of them.
final that went for like 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Like how? Surely there's got to be a limit on it.
Like,
It's
what's
insane.
the max score then? Like, it breaks all world records if you're playing for 3 days.
It was like that one tennis match that just went on forever and ever. So
I mean, true,
mean,
that
at that-
does happen.
At that point, like I don't know. I guess it depends how good the other team is, how much you want to sacrifice. It's like, is there a rule about only one person's allowed to actively look for the snitch? Because the whole point, like the game's over, 150 points. If your keeper's really good and you have like your 2 beaters, you just send your 3 chasers to 4 people against 1 looking for the snitch. Statistically, you'll find it a lot quicker.
yeah, but
Right.
I
If
To
you can
get
find
ahead
it 15
first.
goals quicker than the other team. So if you get up by like 30, it's like, right, pull back, let's find the snitch. Let's
also
do it.
think in
Park
high
the
quality
bus.
Quidditch,
Wait,
you
park
have
the broom.
you have
Haram Quidditch.
the seekers are then fighting with each other as well for the snitch. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just you spot it and you get it. There's going to be a battle between the players. So the difference in Quadball is the catch of the flag, which is the snitch, is 30 points.
I prefer the fondling.
The fondling of the flag.
The grasping.
So after 20 minutes of gameplay, the snitch is released. And in this 2016 World Cup, it was the captains of other nations who weren't playing in the games. So outside of your group, when they weren't playing, the captain was then nominated to be the snitch.
That opens so many, like,
Carlin,
questions for me. It's
Carlin,
like,
this is played at like local oval. Like this isn't in
Yeah, I know.
stadiums.
No, but
or
still,
anything.
but like country
just cheat,
alliances, like,
yeah.
oh, I'm just going to, because when they run in, like what they'll have to, you can only run straight across halfway for so long, and then you're going to have to turn left or right. And unless the seekers are both on one side, you're going to go towards one and not the other.
Well, maybe we'll get into
Alright,
what
okay.
the snitch can do to defend themselves
Okay.
in a full contact
the
sport.
snitch-
he wears a cup.
They've got pepper spray.
So in the final of the 2016 World Cup, it was the UK captain of the Unspeakables who volunteered to be the snitch, and he was a big boy.
Yeah.
He was not a runner.
The organisers didn't veto that.
No,
Because I'd imagine, like, I don't know, I would think maybe it's changed now, but you'd want someone like really quick and
Nimble,
nimble
yeah.
to, because it's supposed to be really hard.
well, we can get into how a snitch can defend themselves.
Because I remember a personal story. I don't know exactly what year, 2010 maybe. I was still in primary school, and I went to watch ANU Owls against whatever the UC, the University of Canberra team was called, play Quidditch at ANU, and it was like really fun. I won a raffle thing and I won a CD.
Didn't you win 2 of the 3 raffle tickets or something?
No, well, like to go off track from where I was going with the story, I was there with my dad, And I wanted to buy a raffle ticket because there was like prizes. And he's like, oh, you can get one raffle ticket. And they did the first raffle ticket and it was, B21. And I won a CD that was made by ANU students singing Harry Potter like parody songs. Fantastic. Love that CD. Lost to time. I can't find it. It's like lost media, I guess. I wanted to buy a second one. Dad's like, no, only one. The next ticket for the grand prize, which was this giant Harry Potter rug, was B22. So if we bought 2 tickets, we would have won both prizes. And so I looked at him and just shook my head. So now on, if I ever enter a raffle, I always have to buy 2 tickets because you never know. But the real story I was going to tell was I remember they released the Snitch and it was this really quick dude like wearing a yellow shirt and he ended up just running up a tree.
See, that's against the rules. The Snitch isn't allowed to leave the field.
This was back in the
early days.
Late 2000s, early 2010s ish. He ran up a tree and the guys were like fighting each other to try and like climb the tree to get him and stuff. Like and before that, he just ran away into the school. Like, so it was like we're watching. It's like, I don't know where the Snitch is going. Like, who knows what's going to happen?
Poorly designed. No, so the Snitch is only allowed in the play area, and they are allowed to open hand fend the Seekers. Only the Seekers are allowed to attempt to get the Snitch, and no other players, the keepers, the chasers, or the beaters, are allowed to impede in any way the Snitch's movement.
Just open hand fending. Sorry, VAR for that. For the audio viewers. Like, does that mean you can't push and stuff? You're literally just
you can
holding
push,
back.
you can't strike. So
Right.
you can
But
grapple.
You can sort of like
You can grapple people, throw
grab
them to the
and be like,
ground.
Get out of here.
You can't grab their broom, but you can then just push them over or like throw them around.
I want to be the Snitch. That sounds like the funnest
Yeah.
role.
So the strategy for
Until you
defending
get snatched.
is you have the beater throwing the bludger at the seeker, and then they have to drop the broom and go past the goalpost, allowing your team seeker to try and get the Snitch.
I'd be running at every beater as the Snitch. I'd be like,
But
Yeah.
a question I thought you would have brought up by now is, how do you tell who's the chasers, who's the keeper, who's the seeker, who's
you
the
see the
beaters?
yellow shirts. I feel they
I don't know. You just sort of figure it out. Like it's like when you're playing like I don't know, sort of social sport. And no one's really got a like jerseys or anything. Be like, well, I know who's on my team. I know who's on theirs. Like within the first 20 seconds, you could work out. Well, these are the 3 people throwing around the quaffle. These are the 2 people that are pegging the thing, and there's the keeper.
But what if you're the referee?
I might be
who
metagaming here.
There's 42 players,
42 players.
21 on each team.
I might be metagaming here,
okay.
but he brought another prop, and I feel like that's going to come into it.
Oh,
No, that was just.
That
I
was
wasn't
just
the
for
only one wearing
funsies.
glasses.
just for fun.
That was just for funsies.
There's some cool glasses that Carl's wearing.
for the visual audio. Well, not.
I found
You know what I
those
mean? People
also in
watching
the
on
dressing
YouTube.
box.
I'm gonna actually put them on. Wow.
Okay, I'll continue
talk.
speaking while you do that. So I thought it might be like in netball, where you have like goal attack, goal shooter, those positions.
That makes sense.
I was mistaken. They use coloured headbands.
Coloured headbands.
So chasers
I was thinking
wear
like bibs, but like wear a little hat.
Yeah,
or something,
see-
but then I'm like headbands. I didn't even think.
or
of
like
that.
or Harry Potter glasses. Some people have the
Well,
scar. Some people
this
have the
would have
glasses.
made great sense. Like some people have to wear goggles or something. That could be cool.
I think a hat or like just a bib. You
I
wear
think
a
netball
coloured
bibs
bib.
are genius. Like
Yeah.
that should be like a just big C for chaser, big
Yeah.
B for beater, big K for keeper, big S for seeker.
That's
Like
pretty obvious too. Yeah.
So you designate at the start of the game, you can have up to 2 seekers on your team, and they don't get to enter the field of play until 20 minutes.
can you do it? Is it like ice hockey where you can pull your keeper and put on another outfit? But yeah, I'm pulling the keeper and we're putting on 2 seekers.
So the chasers wear a white headband, the keeper wears green, the beaters wear black, and the seekers wear yellow.
Okay.
We got a little bit off topic there. We'll go back to, in Magic Quidditch, 150 points, the game is over. In Quadball Quidditch, when you catch the Golden Snitch or the flag, it is worth 30 points. If that means that your team would win, the game stops immediately and you win by catching the Snitch. If catching the Snitch would mean your team doesn't win, we go to overtime. So the team that is in the lead gets either 30 to 60 points added on, depending on the amount of time played.
So you could be down like 200-0 and
Yep.
catch the snitch, and it's like, well, that's like playing next goal wins. We're going to overtime.
So the overtime in that case, let's say it was 200-0, and then the team that's losing caught the Snitch. It would now be 200 to 30. And let's say this game was
Okay.
in the 30-minute portion of the game, meaning it was 10 minutes with the snitch active until it was caught, they would add 30 points. So to win the game, there's no more snitch. You need a total of 230 points to win.
So what if it's like the keepers are insane, defense is on point, and it's 10-10, and then someone catches the snitch.
Then
so they go up 40-10, and we play another.
No, but the catching the snitch would have won. That puts you over. So as long as you're
Okay,
within
well, what
20
if
points.
one team's up, it's 40-10.
Yep.
And then it becomes 40 all in overtime. We still playing an extra 110 points.
No, then you're
210.
No, then you're playing 30 over the highest score. So that would be up to 70
okay.
points. Would be the
okay.
the metric. So it's to then encourage you to then play consistently the whole way through. And even if you're down by 50 points, if you catch the snitch, you still have a chance. You only need 20 more points to then.
But if they score once, then it's over because they're 30 points ahead.
It's 30 plus what their score is. So if they're at 100, it goes to
sorry,
130. Yep.
Now, when did the mandatory hydration rules come into this?
When they're drinking, when did butterbeer get outlawed as a performance-enhancing drug? And Felix Felicis, where does that come into play?
That wasn't mentioned. I think the people that play Quadball are usually a pretty fair and honest bunch. So, knockout games.
Sounds a bit like you're stereotyping a little bit.
Round of 16, we face Germany. And we beat them 150-20.
Hell yeah.
Catching the
Got 'em.
snitch.
Got him.
In our quarterfinals, we play France, beating them.
Wait, do they call it quarterfinals or quarterfinals?
Boo.
And then it's not the final four, it's the quad.
I guess you could, but I think they call it quad because there that many.
Yeah.
So we face France, and we win 110-60, catching the snitch.
Oh, surely France is called the Chocolate Frogs. Because, they're the frogs. And Harry Potter chocolate frogs.
I don't know what the French team is called.
In my head, they're the chocolate frogs. And if they didn't pick that, then they're...
And then when they're missing it again, it's like, wait, where did they go?
Yeah,
Because it's like the character in the thing goes missing.
And then they can have their player cards all look like chocolate frog cards.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. In our semi-final, we play the mighty Canada. And we beat them 90-40.
Ha!
Get them.
And we caught the snitch. So that sent us to the grand final. A rematch. A revenge match against the United States, who by this point had already had 14 undefeated wins in their history. And then in this tournament, another 3 in the group stage. And then the round of 16 quarters and semis. So they're on 20 wins without a loss in their history as a Quidditch team.
21's
About
out
to
of
get
reach.
beat.
About to get beat. Well, you are right.
I thought you were about to say, well, we lost
Aussie.
250-10.
Oi.
Yeah. Drop bears.
It was actually, you can watch the whole game on YouTube. It's a ground level game with commentary with a gentleman who has really bad hiccups.
Why he's so excited.
It's on like
watching it.
148p.
Oh, no.
And it's like a 35-minute match. It's pretty exciting. There's a point where like the snitch, the captain of the UK team, is like hyping up the fans. It's like, we want the snitch to win. Yeah, we want the snitch. And it's all the other teams and fans sitting around. So it's actually a pretty interesting match.
Wait, this is the one that has the big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He didn't do a lot of running. He was more like standing the edge and fighting off people. So we actually had some great defense. It was actually an ANU OWL player. I remember his last name. His name was James.
Yeah,
and
it was me.
He got interviewed after this win by Today Show, I believe it was. Some of the players definitely went on the Today Show. And it's like, how'd you get into it? And he goes, to impress a girl. I'd never read the books or seen the movies, but I thought I'd just show up. And then I was one of the best people there. So I thought, wow, this seems like a lot of fun. And then he was the captain and keeper. And yeah, got us the win. We played a hard-fought match.
Well done.
We were down by 40 points at a point, where then catching the snitch would have done nothing.
What's it like? Is like, it's raining, so we're just going to do, theory today. Here's your copy of Harry Potter.
Here's Quidditch through the ages. It was a pretty exciting match, I thought, overall. The snitch came out at 20 minutes into the game and fended for about 4 minutes. There were points where the US team got the flag, but they were ruled to have been physical with the snitch. So they're not allowed to fight back with the snitch. They
ruled
can't
to have snatched?
Yeah. And then it took a 2-minute review
What?
of the referees when the Australian seeker got the flag because they'd also been hit with a bludger at the same time.
Simultaneous.
So they were all waiting around. The coaches then get brought into the middle to like discuss it. And then you can see the like US coach blowing up. And then Australia's given the victory and we won the 3rd ever Quidditch World Cup.
Wow.
Take that, USA.
So we won on the snitch?
We won on the snitch to go up 130 to 110, I believe, or 150 to 130.
So we were down before and we got the
snitch to win.
Wow. Okay. Go the Aussies.
So this was significant in Quidditch history, Quadball history.
In Australian history.
Because this was
history.
the first time that the US had ever lost a Quidditch match or a Quadball match, their official team. They played in colleges. It's not an official varsity sport where you can get a scholarship or be paid.
Who was the Prime Minister in 2016 of Australia?
Was that Tony Abbott or Julia Gillard?
No, it wasn't Gillard.
I'm going to say Tony Abbott sounds about right.
Yeah.
Malcolm Turnbull, actually. I think we talked about this because I think it's around when the deal was made. So I think it's Malcolm Turnbull and it's really hard to say, actually, because they really swap around a lot, don't they? It was either Tony Abbott, and if not, it was Malcolm Turnbull, and if not, it was Scott Morrison.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't Scott Morrison. So I think it was Malcolm Turnbull, I want to say, because I remember I was in Europe, like in England, when I like look at my phone, I'm like, who the hell is Scott Morrison? And why is he our Prime Minister?
Yeah, well, yeah, because we go... I'll probably cut all this, but like every 3 years. So it was Kevin 07, and then he didn't last the term.
I've got a computer right here.
Oh, this is more fun. Julia Gillard took over, but she didn't last.
It was really close. I want to say
And then
for some of the year it
Kevin
might have been
came
Tony
back,
Abbott.
but then Tony Abbott took over in 2013,
guess I
but he
both-
didn't make it.
Tony and Malcolm.
So then
Boom.
Malcolm...
That's my guess.
Yeah, I think it was Malcolm Turnbull, because he would have got re-elected in 2016, but then taken over by ScoMo, who then got re-elected in 2019. Is it...
It's Malcolm Turnbull.
Yeah, okay. Well,
When was Tony Abbott? Because I was thinking
He was
it
13
started
till
being Tony
15.
Abbott, and then Malcolm Turnbull like got in or something. But then I thought ScoMo doesn't get until like 2019.
I think it was
2018.
2018.
No.
Yeah,
September 18th, 2013 to 2015.
Yeah, damn.
because no one ever makes it a full term.
Yeah.
Albo's the only one since
Yeah, right.
John Howard. But anyway, the point of me asking that was, I hope Malcolm Turnbull said to everyone, because a
Go the
famous
Drop
win, a famous win against an American team that had never lost, that if your boss makes you work today, they're a bum. Like he said in the Americans Cup victory for Australia.
If you plan to go watching Quadball, there's some terminology you should be aware of. The beater advantage, because there's 3 bludgers and 2 beaters. So if
3 bludgers.
yes, there's 3, and the reason is so you can't just have your team's beaters just hold the ball forever.
Yeah, okay.
So if one team has 2 bludgers, they're considered to have the advantage because the beaters are allowed to catch the ball and they're not out.
I would think one of the players, the 2 beaters, sort of run as a tandem and then get someone between. So if you throw it and miss, the other beater can just pick it up straight away and there's not a loose bludger there. So that I guess maybe you want to be targeting 2 different people, but you just say, that person's got the ball, we'll get them, they'll have to drop it, one of our chasers will come straight in.
Well, some of the strategies I saw is if you've both beaters on your team have the ball in hand and there's one near you, you just launch one as far as you can on the other end of the field and pick up the ball.
Yeah.
But they have a rule, whereas if the opposing team has 2 bludgers, one of the beaters can put their hand up and call for immunity from being hit with the bludger to then go pick up the ball.
Huh.
Just otherwise, you just keep hitting the...
Yeah, one of them
beaters.
just goes, I'll just take out their beater and they can never have a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a good rule.
So we'll go for the later World Cups. So in 2018, the United States won. Again.
Had to come back.
In 2023, there was a bit of a gap because of COVID. The United States won. And then in 2025, the most recent World Cup,
Aussie. Oi.
the United States came 4th.
Yeah, that'll do. Hate watch.
In the top 3.
Apologies to our US listeners. We love you. It's
We
just...
just want you to fail in sport. You should be humble. It's called chopping down the tall poppies. That's what we do here.
So this World Championships was held in Brussels, in Belgium. So the top 3 consisted of the following 3 teams in any order: Germany, Belgium, and Australia.
Ooh, okay.
Who do you think won?
I want to say Australia.
I'm gonna say Belgium.
They got the home field
Out of left
advantage.
Belgium did win, becoming the first non-American or Australian team to win the Quidditch World Cup,
Yeah, damn.
with Germany
The
coming in
first
second.
team not beginning with A. To
Yes,
win.
but we beat the US again in the battle for third place.
Well, it doesn't matter who
Take
wins
that.
then, you know.
So that is the up-to-date. We've only had 2012, 2014, 2016, 2018, 23, and 25. We've only had 6 World Cups. But the 7th World Cup, London, England, 2027.
I thought you were going to say Los Angeles 2028 at the Olympics. It's just been announced.
We should try to get it hosted here in Australia. That'd be pretty cool.
2032. Oh, man.
But I will be going to the Quidditch World Cup.
You'll be at the Quidditch
I will
World
be at
Cup.
the Quidditch
Our
World Cup.
roaming reporter.
2027. Wait, when's it hosted?
The 26th of June to the 1st of July. 42 teams have expressed interest.
They're playing at the Olympic Stadium, getting West Ham some use.
I don't know where they're playing at this point, but it's pretty
The
exciting.
G-Tech Stadium.
So I'm personally hoping the Drop Bears can get back to 10 years later and win the Quidditch World Cup.
Yes, I agree. The Drop Bears, they've dropped off.
Rip. Are they still called the Drop Bears? And like that new edition? So yeah, that's cool.
I mean, the
want a Drop
Socceroos is
Bears
still the
jersey or something.
Socceroos.
And-
isn't it?
I know, but like, what was the? Are they still called Snapes on a plane?
That's a local team in Queensland called Snapes on a Plane.
Right. Okay. I thought you were saying that was the USA team earlier. What was their name in the first one?
The United States
That was it. They didn't have a
Quidditch
cool name.
team.
Wow.
Lame. Lame.
A lot of other countries don't have like names. They have nicknames for their teams, but they don't have like an official title like we have for most of our sports teams. They're known as, you got the Opals, the Wallabies, the Kangaroos, the Drop Bears,
The Hockey
all of the
Roos.
the
ones-
Hockeyroos, the
The
Socceroos.
Dolphins.
Are all of the
Yeah.
ones for like Australia? Are they all animals?
The Opals aren't animals.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
The Diamonds.
Right.
There's something Australian typically. But that is the story of Quadball, its origins, its history, and its future.
So let me get this straight. There's been no insane, wild, controversial, crazy moments from Quadball.
Not to this point, no.
Not that we
Well,
know
let's go
of.
and rank this then.
No, the wild thing is we have the wild. We'll get into it in the wild part.
I think it's
but
fun,
that
though, yeah.
reminded me one thing.
It's no Fartgate.
There is an open tryouts Saturday 10:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. 2-hour training session down at Oval on Saturdays. The ACT Gangs open training sessions. You just need to let them know in their Facebook group, and they will make sure they have the equipment for you to try it for the first time, beginner friendly.
Wow. Well, that's great. I'll make sure we tag them in this post that you can find on all of our socials at Wild Wildest Sport Pod. And you'll find the Wild and Mild board, the picture of it that we'll have up there as well. When we rank this story, we'll see where we place it when we come back from a short little, what do they call breaks in Quidditch?
Hydration break. Oh.
Injury, like when a player dies or something.
Yeah, oh, God. Well, they just
There
keep
is no
playing.
break.
No one's
3
died
days.
in like 100 years, Harry. Welcome back to the wild world of sports. This is the part of the show, if you've never been here before, that we sit down, discuss, and find the perfect place to put this story on our wild and mild ranking board.
Allegedly find. I don't know. We'll find out if we did it. We'll find out if we
Getting
did.
there. This is more of the vibes part, and then next week, our final episode of the season, you will see our recap episode where we do a re-rank of all the stories and bring up some of our favorite parts through this season.
It was one of our best last season. I don't know how. Like we briefly explained stories, but it's like listen to the whole story, guys. Like,
Don't we just kind of ramble and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, it's
we
gotta
do
be
that
the
every week.
worst.
We do
And-
that every week.
All things going well, we're going to be doing a live show at To All My Friends.
Well, I mean,
at Cook
we're
Shops.
not going to stream it
yeah.
live.
No, as in, like, we're doing it in public.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, free event if you come down to Tampa, I guess.
Yeah.
We're not
so
telling you which day, so you're gonna come to Tampa every
Every day.
single day.
That's it. But like, you can scream shit at us if you find us. We're hidden somewhere at the venue.
Hit
You
us
never
up
know
at
where.
our socials for more details. I
Okay.
guess, when we lock it in, because we're very unorganized. I don't know if you can tell.
So to get into the ranking, I will give my perspective on why I think it's wild, and then I'll let you two absolutely tear me down and tell me why I'm completely wrong.
Okay.
First thing is
Disagree.
stop quaffling with
Shut
me.
up.
It's a callback.
Yeah.
So I can't think of another piece of media, book, TV show, or movie that out of whole cloth has invented a new sport that then has been adopted into real life as a sport that people actually play. Granted, it's not huge, but there's 42 countries that are willing to travel to compete in the World Cup for this. There's 30 teams across Australia. I'd then say this is a bunch of people running around with a piece of plastic between their legs, throwing balls at each other in an oval. If you went
I mean,
down
all
to...
sports sound ridiculous when you break them down.
But I think if you go down to the oval and you see, a bunch of people are kicking a ball around and catching it and doing this, and then you see, wait a second, why are there 6 hoops on a field? People are running with a plastic pole between their legs. Some of them are throwing balls at each other and tackling each other. What? This is wild.
The
What's going on?
optics of watching like AFL, like for people that like me don't really follow AFL that much. Like I loved playing AFL as a kid and everything. Like, you know, heaps of fun kicking the ball and everything. You watch a professional game and they're just like chasing the egg around and they're all fumbling around on the ground and like, what am I watching? Like
Organized chaos.
yeah. So every sport sounds ridiculous when you boil it down. So
I think Quadball is a bit more wild and ridiculous than
yeah.
other sports.
I mean, admittedly, I'll say this because we kind of had the thing going on the board where it's like, that's a non-story sort of thing. Like
Pigeon racing. Oh, it's a crazy sport, but there's no wilds.
And I want to put it
mighty
above
drop
pigeon
bears.
racing. I even want to put it above the NRL Grand Final one. I reckon right above that because I actually it was fun learning about this. Like I don't know why, I just had an enjoyable time. But we'll sort it out.
I
But
think it
thought
was
good.
it was an enjoyable story, and I learnt a bit. Like I expanded my knowledge of Quadball.
What's the name of the car in Cars that like
Lightning McQueen.
disrupted Lightning McQueen's like run a piston cups? Is it
Oh,
probably
in
Rutherford or something? Like there's
Oh.
one car that let me
obscure ball.
look this up. It's like a well-known thing of like the giant.
Clearly not.
Yeah. Okay,
No,
well,
it's like
while
a
you look
well-known
it up,
reference.
While you look at a Jackson Storm,
No.
I don't know. I had fun. It was a lot of fun story, but really at the end of it, like there was no crazy wild moment. There was no like controversy or it's like it's pretty wild that
People
they
were even
made a
playing it in the
sport.
first place.
But then again, when you think about it, one of, if not the biggest franchise in, like I say, modern, let's call it from the 2000s as modern, biggest franchise in modern history. Like, if there was a sport that they played consistently throughout all Star Wars movies, that would be a sport now as well. Like, the Hunger Games is huge, but you ain't playing that. You ain't making a Hunger Games.
I mean,
like,
Minecraft Hunger Games?
yeah.
That slaps.
Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. I was pretty close. Yeah,
That's
McQueen
scary.
won 06, 07, 09, 010, 11, and 12. Just one blip here. That's the Drop Bears beating the US team.
What happened the 2008 of the Piston Cup? That's a wild story. Tell that story.
Winford, Bradford, Rutherford beat Lightning McQueen. But like, let's think. USA wins the first 2. Australia wins the third. Then it's US in 18, US in 23. So yeah, we're sandwiched in the middle there. It's very similar.
So we're mirroring bring this fictional sport back to another fictional racing thing.
It's a real sport. People play it.
Yeah, well, like
Yes, I agree. There is no moment that is wild. I'm saying the concept of this sport is wild. Does that put it at the top of a wild
It
moment?
puts it around the pigeon racing.
I mean, well, maybe we've done Curse of the Azuri dirty here because of the angle you took. It's wild that the Socceroos hired a witch doctor and then just didn't pay him, and then they didn't make the World Cup for so long, and then a comedian went over and did all the
I
rituals.
keep seeing clips about that as well.
Yeah, because it's famous. It's huge.
Yeah, and I guess part of it is me branding it as Curse of the Azuri because it's a bit misleading because what I'm really doing, the wild part is the Socceroos part, and then I'm just going and
Tinfoil.
see it adds on, boom, this is why Italy can't make it to the World Cup anymore because of the curse. Yeah.
I think it's below Fartgate.
Below Fartgate.
Like the world championships of a sport, and it was clouded by who farted. There was a fart so stinky it caused an uproar. That's like pretty wild when you think of it like that.
It feels really bad, like marking it so low, because I just had a really good
I mean,
time.
I had a
listening
great
to it.
I think
time.
on the fun metric it's high up there.
We're
But
not-
yeah,
we're not
we're
here
doing
to
it on wildness.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just-
and then in that instance, I'd say it's above Fargate. But
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
I just
Ben, all right, Ben, have a
okay.
final
Well,
say.
we're going above or below Fartgate, and I'm gonna say flying on your broom, you can get above the farts. So I'm gonna say it goes above Fartgate. But I would say,
We'll fix it.
listener, call to action. Give me an example of a sport that's originated in a book or a movie that's fictional that is now played today. The only one I could think of is like the Fantastic Mr. Fox, where it's like you have to hit the flaming pine cone and then dash
Oh,
between
yeah.
the wickets while they did the something else. No way we're playing that.
There's got to be one out there.
Cut to us for the social clip, and we're playing the Fantastic Mr. Fox game, whatever it was called. Great movie. Man, that's a good movie. Well, Ben's put that on the board. It's gone. What have you called it, actually? I didn't even
I've
see.
called it Quadball, real life Quidditch.
Yeah, I like it.
Succinct. That's pretty much what we talked
I
about.
thought, I don't know, maybe a callback could be Quadball has rules or something like that. It'd be a,
Obviously,
you know,
that's
something like
reusing
that.
the joke.
I like it though. So that's gone third from the bottom, maybe unfairly, but like we keep saying, I mean, you've said it for the past like 8 weeks, Carla, and we're like, we're gonna re-rank it anyway.
Yeah,
And then now it's like, no, we gotta get it right.
that's
we
why
gotta
it
get
feels
right.
bad. I
But
like.
it feels good when you get it right from the start.
Well, yes,
But
that's
then I started saying that after I felt like I think we screwed this up like somewhere in the.
it's too late. But that's what next week is about. Our final episode of the
Actually,
season.
I don't blame us. I blame the listener.
Yeah,
Because you're meant to be commenting. You're meant to be fixing this up.
No, but
It's your
but
fault.
we've said even if they comment, we're not changing anything because there was that outcry for Bill Fong. We went, you want to make the ranking?
Yeah, that was the first
You do the
season.
podcast.
We evolved.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
listen to you now.
Speaking of evolving, we will evolve and do our final re-rank at To All My Friends. We'll be out of this studio. You can catch that on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, on wherever else it is. And I'll tease it with, we have some
Google
more
Plus.
callback, some other big announcements coming. So make sure you stay tuned for that episode where we'll go through the whole board. We'll do our scientific metrics. If this is your first episode or first season, you haven't gone back to season 1. The way we do it is a secret, and you'll find out unless you go back and listen to that re-rank episode again. But it's very fun. I have a lot of fun doing it. I don't know how much we'll get right.
It's like teachers
Definitely some
marking
of it. Definitely
like,
some of it.
people's like things.
They're
That's
getting
literally
moderated.
what it
I
is.
think
We're
said
getting
in
moderated.
I think we said in the previous one, if we got within like 3 places, it was in the right spot.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's tricky. I'd like to see you do it. No one else is out here trying to rank these wild stories. Breaking new ground. So make sure you go out and you like and follow and subscribe, and you give us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple. Those of you that have been, really appreciate it. Next step is to tell how many people your Quidditch team. Go out and join a Quidditch club.
Go out and
Tell them
just-
about this episode.
Go out and just have. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. It seems fun on the videos, and it's a good social way to meet people. And if you like Harry Potter, there's Harry Potter trivia nights around. Why not play Quidditch?
You could go tell your wizarding professor.
Yeah.
The Grand Wizard. Find your
Yes.
local.
Yeah, tell your Grand Wizard or Witch
Oh, which?
or Warlock or whatever denomination of magic they are.
What is the difference? Like witch and wizard? Like what's a
Well,
wa-
because in Harry Potter they call the chief warlock. Dumbledore was awarded, but their witch or wizard is.
Yeah.
They
Is
don't
that
say
'cause
they.
Dumbledore's transgender?
I think they never mention it, but I think calling them a magician would be an extreme slur. That would be extremely offensive. It's like, oh, here, I'm a
in
wizard.
that-
It's like, no, you're a magician.
Would they get in because they get in trouble for like harassing the Muggles with magic? But if you're just like, hey, like if I was in that world and I went to Hogwarts, I'm going, I'm just gonna become a Vegas magician, make a bunch of money doing magic. Like Ron cheats on his driving exam with a confundus charm on his instructor,
Yeah.
so you're allowed to use magic on Muggles as long as you don't get caught. But like if you're a well-known celebrity, and then you can be like, oh yeah, it's just magic, haha, this is fake, kind of stuff.
All to
Alice
be
Cooper.
explored in the fanfic, I'm sure. You can write us fanfic if you
Snape's
want.
on a plane. That would be a great fanfic.
All right, let's get out of here and get ready to hit up Tamf next week. Thanks for joining us for this season. We're coming to an end. I've been James Wybrow.
James's brother Ben, no relation.
Carlin Albus Severus Sheaves.
The
Farewell.
bravest podcaster I've ever met. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Yeah, if you go and watch J.K. Rowling's Sport she invented, there's some terminology you need to know. Transphobe.